Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Mic check. Mic check looks good. Make sure my computer audio is low. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Gonna email Simple Baduk. Forget what Simple Baduk is. I think that's a pro class or something. Oh no, they put a link in the email, but the link doesn't work. Yeah, it's a course. Okay. Yep. Have you guys seen how many people are live right now? It's crazy. Also, this is really funny looking. Well, ads are a thing. There we go. This is nightmare inducing, but really funny looking. Look, look at this go board. Oh man. What a crazy board. That's interesting. It's not all just pawns, so somehow it's randomizing which piece to place. Wonder how they did that. Yeah, this is nightmare inducing. I can't even read. I can't see where the territory is. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, NKO's live. The European Go Federation is live. So many people are live right now. Have 154 people watching on Twitch right now. Really cool. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. Ah, it's fun. It's nice to see. Nice to see so many people streaming Go. And then so many people are watching Go. All right, it is open review, so if anyone has a game they would like me to look at and review, it is first come, first serve. I'm happy to analyze your game and help you improve your Go game today. For those who are returning, how have your games been since the last stream? Hopefully, previous reviews are helping. Not good. That's unfortunate. Why is it not good? Are you saying the reviews made you worse? Hopefully not. Maybe while learning, maybe you drop something else while learning a new concept. That happens. Are you on a losing streak? Aren't we all? Aren't we all really bad players, relatively speaking? What do you consider bad? Because you're probably wrong. Just statistically speaking, you're probably wrong. I'm actually curious. What percentile makes someone good at something? Someone in the 75th percentile or higher is considered good at something, while those in the 90th percentile or higher consider very good or excellent. Objectively bad. So good at something is 75th percentile. Average, above average, below average, well below average, well above average. Yeah. So good, you want to be above average, basically. Let's see what that is on OGS. Okay, 75th percentile, so 5.7Q, so we'll say 6Q. Yeah, about 6Q, 7Q means you're good at the game. Like, you can consider yourself good at the game, whereas right here you're at 12Q, 13Q, you're about average. Average probably starts around 17Q up to 7Q is average, and then you become above average / good at the game. Yeah, I just need a link. How accurate is OGS's data? Well, what do you mean accurate? It's very accurate because it's using all of the games played on OGS. The question that I think you're asking is, how does this compare to other ranking systems? Because, oh, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you so much.
Just cheered 100
because
bits.
If this is
Thank
relative to all the players on the server. So if you're saying how relative is it to like the Go community as a whole, well, you have to ask like, what ranking system are you using? So it's true it doesn't have professionals, but the professionals are like 0.1% or 0.01%. Not even sure of players. I think it's okay. Are you black or white? Sample size and sample bias. I mean, the sample size is still like, I think they passed 1.5 million accounts or 2 million accounts. I forget. They're in the millions of accounts. So I don't think it's that bad. When they do this, just block on the third line or extend. Point is, you want to base. Okay. That's a 3-space jump. Why do you want a 3-space jump? You should want a 2-space jump. Why give yourself this headache? All right, your opponent's going cosmic. Very exciting. No, you can't just do this. Your opponent's saying, I want the entire board. You can't just say like, okay, and let it go. And you gotta start attacking something or invading or something. You have to do something. Plop a stone in there somewhere. I don't know. This one's interesting because it also attacks. So they can't just say, I'm going to go Cosmic still, because then they die. Yep, black immediately fixed their only weakness. All right, so black's feeling a little bit more comfortable than white at the moment. Yeah. Can't let your opponent do whatever they want. You have to stop it at some point. Okay. Don't play this Hane. Instead, just descend down, and then you can make life. Because if you play the Hane and connect, which connect is the move, they're going to play this Tiger's Mouth, and this Tiger's Mouth is really strong. So rather than giving them that, maybe even consider the scouting point. I don't know. But it's fine, as long as you make life in the corner. This is a little bit off the mark, just connect. This is endgame, but okay. I'm not sure that you know how big this is. Okay, so let's just do a little math here. So 2 lines all the way across the board is 19 times 2, but I just rounded to 40, right? 20. Just rounded to 40. So 40, maybe 45. Assuming we get this somehow, that's 55, 60. Then optimistically we can get this unless black wants to give up the center. So that's maybe 72 because this rectangle right here is 10 plus 2, so it's 12. So 72, and then let's do 5, 6, 7, 8, so 80. Just as a quick estimate. Whoa, I just realized black didn't fix. Black didn't fix. Hold on. Why are we not doing this? This just destroys everything. This is like a 20-point move. Why did we not cut immediately? We should know this from our 20Q basics. But okay, let's assume black fixes. Then what do we got? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines times 3. So that's 30 minus 2, because if we go 10 lines, it's 30 minus 2. So 28, but I'm going to say 30 to make it easier to count. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 125, 130. So you're losing by 60 points if black gets all this. Yeah, you're losing by 60 if black gets all this. Point is, like, corner side center is a basic, but that's why Cosmic is a style. Cosmic says, I'm aiming for half the board. And the reason players like it is because players prefer being the attacker. The reason Cosmic isn't like the most popular style is because it's very easy to invade and take it away. But it does require you to play invasions and then good defense. And usually defense is not players' favorite thing to do. That's why it can be scary. But after a certain level, you're just like, I'm good at defense and offense, and I'll use whichever one it takes to beat you. And usually just invading and destroying it is good enough. But the longer you wait, the worse it gets. But the fact that your opponent just lets you in is crazy. Like, you can't just let your opponent destroy your position. So the fact that both of you missed this and we're almost single-digit Q is... yeah, it's kind of crazy that both of you missed this. This is very important. You can't... This is playing too fast, maybe. Yeah, exactly. We're talking about efficiency for the pieces. This is optimistic, but okay. Yeah, I don't hate this idea. Hello, Skewbrow. Problem is he waited a long time. Maybe you go here. And then when they try to surround you, you 1-point jump. That way you can't be surrounded. But shoulder hits might be good. Maybe get this move in because you have an invasion. And then shoulder hit. That might be possible. This is possible, but you made it very difficult because you waited until black had all these stones. So you've made it harder on yourself by taking so long to do it. Okay, this is close. Okay. No, this one's not good. This has a bad relationship. So A has a bad relationship with B and C. That's the problem there. You need to have a good relationship. I think probably you want something like this. And then when they cut you, you can just ladder. But you can't just let them destroy your position. I mean, maybe you're fine with it because you destroy theirs. Maybe that's like the trade. But they could also just try to cut you off and then clamp. And then, I don't know, maybe you're fine with that. But technically, it's a bad shape. Okay, you got to pick something. You're placing stones everywhere, and that's a kind of a light way to play, but like eventually you have to pick something that you're going to do. You can't just place stones everywhere and just hope something works. You have to pick something to invest in. Probably you want the Hane here. The reason for this is if they cut, you have Atari, push, and you can see that they're actually in a lot of trouble. So they actually can't cut this directly. That is because they played a 1-space jump from a Hane. So when you play this, they need to fix, and you can fix. Because if they cross-cut, they get into this sort of tunnel shape. But if you do this, now you're the one getting cut through the tunnel. So it's a little bit worse. You're all over the place. You're just jumping around like here. Hold on. It went here, 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 here. This is, you're all over the place. Yeah, the lightness is nice, but you gotta invest somewhere. You gotta do something. Maybe here. There we go. Now you're starting to invest. Now we're getting somewhere. No, you gotta keep access inside. Yeah, you gotta keep your access inside. If you get cut off, then you just die on the inside. So this is maybe the game-losing move. Because I think after this, you lose. In theory. In theory, you lose. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This feels... What even is the 1.4? Oh crap, it's a 3-point mistake. That is much bigger than 3 points. Yeah, no, that is much bigger than 3 points. Don't listen to AI. You can't read as well as AI, so it's much bigger than 3 points. Now we're jumping around again. The starting Sabaki is good. The problem is you never stopped playing Sabaki. I don't know if you know what Sabaki means, but it's light and loose. Your starting Sabaki moves are good. Like you play like 3 or 4 moves. But instead of just playing 3 or 4 and then picking something, you're playing like 8 or 9 Sabaki moves in a row. Like you gotta invest. And then you finally did invest, but then you chickened out. Yeah. So your starting moves are okay, but you have to like have a follow-up. So you're kind of like throwing stones in there to see what happens and poking the Agi, which is fine. But once you get the responses, it's time to make a decision, and that's where you have to read and calculate and everything else. Like once they've made their response, now you know what to play or something. Maybe here. I don't know. I don't see anything working anymore. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. How did you just get that? What kind of witchcraft just happened? What on earth? Black just gives up like 30, 40 points? Holy crap. I think the big thing for Black is they need to learn how to count. Because Black is playing Cosmic and then they have no idea how many points something is worth. Now go down. I don't know. This is easier life and death though. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is fine. I don't know what this move does. I don't think this move does anything. Oh no, you're doing your little weird Savaki thing again. Nobi. Nobi is Sente, Hane is Gote. Okay, this is small, so it's good ignore. Good ignore. I feel like you have no idea what you're doing in here. The response to an elephant is a knight's move, typically. But when you have this piece right here, specifically, you can actually play right here because it's a double tiger's mouth. Yeah, in this case, this is a special shape when you have this magic stone because it creates two tiger's mouths. But typically the one space diagonal jump, when they push through the one space diagonal jump, the one space diagonal jump is known as an elephant's eye. Once they push through the elephant's eye, the worst thing to do is to push because you start lowering liberties on both sides. So the best thing to do normally, if it wasn't for this magic stone, is a knight's move here or here. The response to the elephant is a knight's move. I don't know. Nothing should work technically, so well, if you're trying to like tell you what to do, and I'm like, nothing, there is no good move. Like you're supposed to die. Oh. No, no. You want to fight a Ko. I want to say here. Because when they do that, you can just give it up. And there's one eye. Now you just need one more. I don't know what that move does. You gotta be more sneaky about it. This is not gonna work because they're just gonna take the piece, right? They're just gonna take the piece. So you gotta be sneakier about it. You can't just do it so directly. Yeah, you found the move. You just did it one move late, which is a big difference because this is self-Atari now. You did find it though. This doesn't do anything. What? Okay, let me read out loud. Let me read out loud. There. There. But there's also this, which is annoying. Nothing here should work. Yeah, white's just dead. Wait, that would work. No, because then I can do that. Yeah, nothing should work. You're supposed to die here. Hey, your opponent knows how to make false eyes. That's good. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing right now. I think you're not reading. I think you're just throwing stones without reading. Yeah, you're throwing stones without reading. No, yeah, that's like denial kind of moves. Just block. I think you're still winning. I think you're probably winning. Unless black can play AI invasions. It's still pretty close. Because you gotta remember, this was all blacks. So black didn't gain anything more. You died in here, but black responded to every single move. So if we're doing Japanese rules, black lost as many moves as black gained by killing white. So like the score hasn't changed. And remember that black lost this corner to keep this. So the score should be close to in your favor. Oh, you resigned. No, it's not done yet. They have to invade first, and then you can try to kill them. This black's up by 14. Let's throw the stone here and a stone right here. Black's up by 13. Yeah, so it's actually pretty close. So let's say here. Take away the 3/3 invasion, because I think you can probably kill it. 2.5 points. Wow. So with a solid endgame, you are ahead. Yeah, as long as you block up here somewhere. You know, as long as you can block right here. And then if your opponent has bad endgame, for some reason, say they do that, you can go ahead and block right here as well. And if they invade the 3/3 at the end of the game when you have a wall, it cannot invade when there's a wall. When there is a wall, you can kill the 3/3 by attacking it from the second line. You just let them run away. Because there's nowhere for them to go. There's a wall right there. There's nowhere for them to go, and then it doesn't matter. So if you know how to kill the 3/3, then the game's pretty close. This is one of those exception games, because normally if a group this big dies, it's game over. But the thing is, this was already blacks, so you didn't really lose anything extra. It's not like black was threatening this and then you went all in trying to stop it. No, black had to keep this. If you recall, this group was a bunch of random stones, like all over the place. So it actually, if anything, black lost points from killing this because black gave up this corner. Yeah, counting is important. Counting is important. Hopefully this helps you understand a little bit about how to deal with Cosmic style. It's one of those rare styles, but very important to know how to deal with because some people really do like it, and some people can get really good with it. Yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. Let's see what Go problems could help you. Let's see, Sumego Dragon. While that loads, let's see, you had some squeeze. I know you thought the nose to Suji was nice, so I want to say squeeze go problems. Let's do squeeze tactics. Hello, Rikiki. Squeeze tactics, maybe level 3. This will just teach you some position bullying. Squeezing a position. Find a lot of interesting stuff doing this. Yeah, they're not all this always this clean, but it gives you places to start looking. Yeah, it's not always this clean, but this is one of my favorite concepts, is to squeeze a position. Even if you don't kill something, a lot of the times you can gain a lot of shape advantage by squeezing a bad shape. So yeah, this is my recommendation for homework. If you want to get better at killing the 3/3 corner life and death as well. See, corner life and death. I think that's about it. Yeah, and then just invade sooner. You become 2 strong date reviews. What's your rank? Rikiki Lord. You're doing great. Oh, I really hate this. Because you have to scroll, but there's never, oh, dadgummit. There's never a scroll bar to go left and right. Oh, I guess it's all the way down here. Let's do 25. There we go. That's a lot of wins. What are you doing playing a robot in a ranked game? That's for unranked only, thank you. Don't be playing a robot ranked. Oh, hey, we played. You're winning a ton of games. You could definitely stand to play more games. Talk about this one. Some old Josekis. Do you connect that? I thought you do. I guess if you want the cutting points, you can. Yeah, I guess it's good. I guess it's good. This is the first odd move, so this is probably the first mistake. Oh, dadgummit. You are not premium, so I have to upload it to my account. There you go. Here's a full AI review. Maybe on a good day I could find this move. This is a hard position to play from. But yeah, this one is the first odd one. This one's slow. Yeah, I think the big key here is you didn't find this move. It seems like you're a little impatient to gain a lead. Gotta be more comfortable playing close games. Your fighting's fine, though. This doesn't work. No, I don't think this works. Lawsuits, if I sign up for your lessons, I can make a list of my OGS games. We can go through them for 1 hour. Yeah, so lessons are voice calls on Discord, and we spend 1 hour analyzing your games that you want to look at. Ideally, your losses. And then I assign you homework, and I write down my notes. So to be a little bit more in-depth, and also I'm more focused. So since we're on call, we'll be able to have a conversation. You can ask more questions. I won't be as inclined to just get off topic because it'll be a lesson, so I'm going to focus a lot more on the student versus in a quick review like this or whatever, I'll get off topic and start talking about something. Yeah, that is how lessons work. If you want to do once a month, I think that's fine. Just try to play games as well, because I want you to get the most value for your money. And what I do is I magnify your efforts. Like, I multiply your efforts. Like, so if you're playing like 5 games a month or 10 games a month, it's not going to multiply as high as if you were playing 30 or 40 games a month. So I want you to get the max value for the lessons. So I want you to make sure that you're playing games in addition to getting lessons, because I want to maximize your value. Yeah, so Black's aim here was to cut White, but I don't think that White gets cut. Because I think the double Hane works. Yeah, 2.4 points. Oh, it's a Ko. I didn't see this move. I didn't see this move. Yeah. Oh, dadgummit. Not what I wanted to do. K3 is unfindable. I was looking at this move. So maybe it's possible to find this one. Maybe with enough reading here, but maybe not in an online fast game. Doesn't show time controls. At Go Congress, I might be able to find this move, but maybe not in a 5-minute game. What is this move? This is not a shape. I don't like this move. I don't like that move at all. This should be the shape because it's an elephant's eye. 25 minutes? Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't find the double Hane. Maybe if you had seen this move, maybe that's why you didn't play it. But I didn't see this move, and I'm not sure if you saw this move. But even if they find this move, I think it's fine because you can always connect under. I really don't like these diagonals that you played. I think you like these diagonals too much. And not giving any Panuki. Panuki towards an open center, though, is the key. I do agree, though, that this group is very weak, which is a problem. Do you have time for this? What about here? Does that fix it? No. Yeah, no. What's the problem with this move? One and N6 of black Tanuki. Yeah, but black's not going to Tanuki. If I was black, I would be trying to squeeze this and connect while cutting you is what I would be trying to do. I don't know if, what I would come up with. I would be reading. I would spend a lot of time here. But I would be trying to cut you off while still keeping my connections alive. If I'm black, I would be trying to cut you like crazy. I would be trying everything to cut you. Knight's moves are cuttable. If these were the only two weak groups, I would agree with you. But you have another weak group over here.
Knight's moves are cuttable.
Yeah, Knight's moves are cuttable. The problem is you have two weak groups, not just one. In my opinion. In my opinion. This is all my opinion. Somebody's doing something wrong. Is that enough points? If you do this, is that enough points? First off, what's wrong with this move? I'm sorry, I would have never found that. I don't think I would have ever found that move. I would have never found that move. I don't know, this feels passive to me, but yeah. It's impressive. It's really impressive. I wouldn't have found it. Probably. Did you count? This has to be you counted that you were ahead. White's up by 11. Then yeah. You must have counted that. You never count? What? How do you have the confidence to just play this slack move if you haven't counted the board? How do you know this is the biggest endgame move? Like, what about this move or something? How do you know if you don't count? Never count. Freaking Westerner. Yeah, I found it funny. All my Asian teachers were like, I can't believe people don't count. How do they make a score? How do they know the score? All my Asian teachers were like flabbergasted that people in the West don't count the board. Oh, come on. This doesn't work? That has to be the move. That has to be the move. Yeah, it's a 3-point loss. Here's something that I'm noticing. Here and here, and the double Hane here. You are assuming the shapes don't work. Normally, your instincts are correct, but you still have to double check. You always read them. Even if they don't work, you still double check because sometimes they do. Right? But if it looks like it doesn't work, you kind of assume that it doesn't work instead of actually double checking that it doesn't work. Like, you have to read it. Your instincts will give you an estimate, but you need to know that it doesn't work if you're not going to play it. And I think you have a habit of just only using instincts and not reading. And your instincts are strong, but yeah, I can see you not liking B. That's fair. I couldn't read it in 30 seconds. You go here, you're gonna die. Do you die? Because if not, this should be more value. I want to say connection is better. Because when they connect, you don't want to go here. So connection should be better here. Oh, I would be reading so hard to kill black. Dang it. There's no killing black. What I'm looking at is if I can try to cut black off here somehow. I don't think anything works though. I don't think anything works. Yeah, two is Sente. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. I was thinking about the fact that there's eye shape here, but I guess it doesn't matter. But what I was looking at is can I kill the whole black group? Yeah. Okay. I'm amazing. I am AI level. I am awesome. Bow down to my greatness. 1, 2, 3. I read 3 AI moves, okay? 3 in a row I read AI moves. I am amazing. They have decent endgame. That's... That is Sendai. What? What? What am I missing? Where's the second eye? Where's the second eye? What am I missing? O13 and H15. O13. I go here. H15. Oh, this one. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. I didn't see that one. I was looking at that one and that one. Ah, my life and death is bad. Cut? Cut what? Oh. Oh, I didn't read it far enough. I'm sorry. My stream reading is failing me. That's not a co-threat then. This is not a co-threat. It's not a co-threat. Oh, what a blunder. Wait. Wait, what? What? What just happened? Hold on. What? Did Black not realize? Oh no. How did he forget? That's what this entire go fight was for. Oh, that is so unfortunate. He forgot what the co was about. That's funny. That sucks. That's funny though. I think you could read more than you are. I think you're slacking a little. Also, you should learn how to count. I think you're stronger than WinQ. Well, I don't know. Depends on how much effort you put in. If you put in enough effort, I think you're stronger than WinQ. You doing Go problems every day? Playing enough games? I think you're not playing a lot of games, right? Yeah, you gotta play more games. You gotta play more games and do more Go problems. I don't know how many Go problems you do, but you gotta play more games. You're easily going to be able to get one done. There's no reason you can't get one done. Yeah, see, 1.5 done. Yeah, there's no reason you can't be one done. If you put in the effort, I think you're easily one done. Stop playing the bot ranked. This is don't let the bot affect your rating. That is so bad. don't play a ranked bot. Play an unranked bot. Okay. I guess I have to log in. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. So you're Black. Playing Kobayashi. Is this Kobayashi? What is this move? This is not a move. Oh, hey, Klaus. Welcome, welcome. Okay, finally it's showing up. Isn't that one of the main moves, though? Playing in the mountains sounds so relaxing. I noticed that you said you played really fast, though. Playing really fast is going to be holding you back. Mind habits... Yeah, this is the Kobayashi opening, but it's not this move. It's here. Oh my gosh. Forgive. Yeah, it's high. Never get into Yomi. Gotta slow down. You guys gotta slow down and read. What if all you have to do to be single-digit Q is slow down? And that's all you needed to do. Are you not just like chilling on a hiking trail or something? I'm just imagining Lee just sitting on a rock at the top of a hiking trail or something and just playing Go with the sun shining and clouds and the birds chirping and sounds relaxing to me. Ah, you're in a house and it's night. Gotcha. All right, this is an opening. It's something. You go high when you have support. You already have support, so you go high. This is too flat. Okay. I want to jump right here. This is where the line of white's influence is. Now, build while reducing. That's a little bit more powerful. You want to build yours while reducing whites. This is only reducing. So this says you're up on territory. And I think you're playing a little bit more influence. Like this move looks at influence. So it's a little bit awkward. Yeah, the cap is a common reduction move. Does a two-space jump work from F6 or is that too far? There's no reason to play a two-space jump here. You can, but why would you invite a cutting point when you already have a three-space jump? That's a lot of cutting points. You already have a three-space. Why would you want another cutting point? Two-space jumps have cutting points. So you don't need Sabaki right here. You don't need to run light and loose. You need solid shape to attack any invasion stone. If you wanted to go deeper, you could just go deeper. If that's what you're after. Yeah, there's no reason to have another cutting point on that shape. Well, well, well. Someone. Hello, Ficterton. It is going well. Okay, you're gonna have to remind me which person that you were. But yeah, probably good to meet you as well. We only met like 70 people. The dude with the long hair. We only met like 70 people last weekend. Are you one of the Go Club members? One of the people I played? Like gave a teaching game to, or one of the people I taught? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you. I wish I could come up to Go Club, but money. Money is a thing. Go back. Yeah, my website always has a bug. That was fun. Good times, good times. I'm glad you showed me the bug, though. Sometimes people just never tell me about the bug. What about leaning attack? Leaning attack is probably the answer here. It was really funny. I was going over my competitions website, so I was going over goproblems.com. Because they updated their site, and this is one of my competitors, technically. And I was going through their site, and I found so many bugs. I found so many small issues that I just didn't like. And I thought it was really funny. Because I'm like, I'm glad I'm not the only one with a bunch of bugs. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't know, which do you think looks better? They don't have dragons. I'm just saying, none of my competitors have cute dragons. I'm just saying. Just saying. I have dragons. I'm actually talking to Explore Beduk, sharing the folder of Samego, but they're going to have to do the same things that we're doing on Samego Dragon, which is manually fixing any broken branches when they get reported. Running Go problems is a very big time investment because you have to go through them one by one. What's really impressive about this site is that they got 13,000 that have been gone through. But with that being said, it's been up for what, over 10 years? If a site has a bright background, would you consider this bright? I tried to go for something a little bit less bright on the eyes, but I guess you could still consider this bright. Anyway, I was going through their site, and they also had a few things I didn't like. The site has a white background. I used to have a dark mode, but it became way too much of a headache to keep up with 2 different color schemes. So it was really difficult to keep up with. So I tried, and I found this, and I like that these are kind of soft, pleasant colors. Welcome, welcome, Soft Downpour. Yeah, I had a dark mode like a year ago, because the site's only 2 years old, right? But it was so difficult to keep up with. Every time I wanted to update something, I have to update it twice. It's so difficult. Yeah, this guy NJ 2 hours ago. Yeah, he's uploading problems every day like a champion. And Seeker, they are like champions at uploading game. Ah, Dickum, I don't want to see all that. Yeah, they're doing it daily. They are working so much harder than I am right now. I wonder what their motivation is. Because they don't get paid for this site. There's not even ads. Anyway, I like my site. I think it's nice. I think leaning attack though. I just recently discovered this game. Welcome, welcome. Any questions that you have so far? Have you checked out the Colossi Approach series? Colossi Approach series has all the secrets strategy that you need for every level. I'm just saying, I spent an entire year recording it. Just throwing that out there, free material for you to consume. You don't understand anything. Well, first off, do you know the rules of the game? Why follow up F4 with G5? Because you want the thickness or whatever. Where was it? Right here? You want the thickness to kind of still attack. So you're kind of after this idea. Pretty much. So the series I just linked you goes over the basics of strategy, but let's create a demo board 5x5. So the secret to Go is just getting more pieces on the board, right? So if we just place pieces on the board, da 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 da, you can see that black is just going to eventually get more pieces, right? Let's ignore the capture rule for a second. Let's ignore the capture rule for a second. You can see that there's just more black pieces, right? So that is kind of the goal of the game, is to get more pieces. Now, if your opponent goes in, there's the capture rule, right? That removes their pieces from your area, so that way you can have your pieces. And then beyond that, we just have a little bit of a shortcut that says, hey, I'm going to assume that this will get filled by black. I'm going to make that assumption, right? So this is called territory, right? These are my points. I'm going to assume that that gets filled up by black. So I'm going to add up my points and my pieces on the board, and that equals my score. My score is all of this, my points plus my pieces, okay? That is how you judge the board. So back over here, we're looking at white is looking at this corner, white is looking at the right side, black is looking at the top and the bottom, especially the bottom, black is looking at that. Black is saying, I'm going to fill this entire bottom with my pieces. Now, what you may hear is a couple different counting methods, which is just different shortcuts of counting this up to get the same score. So it's like different formulas for getting the exact same score. But at the end of the day, what it represents is I'm going to fill this area with my pieces and I will have more pieces than you. That's what it represents at the end of the day. So as long as you know that you're just trying to get more pieces on the board and you know what the capture rule is, that's pretty much everything you need to get started. Beyond that, the Colossi Bridge series, you can also check out the campaign if you want to learn the basic shapes on Smego Dragon. Smego Dragon does eventually have a paywall, but I think the first bit of stuff is free. But go ahead and play some games. There's some beginner bots that you can play against. And then bring your game to the stream, and then I can review it for you for free. I do this every week. I review games for people. No level is too low. I am happy to give you tips, advice on your games, review your games, and just help you get started. So play some games, play some, get some practice bots, watch some videos, whatever you want to do, whatever you find fun, and then bring a game to the stream and I can review it. Awesome. Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know. One thing I don't like that you're not doing, Way, is you're not saving these three pieces right here. Because these three pieces are disconnecting the two black groups. You need to save the pieces that are disconnecting your opponent. Because if black surrounds these, locally, black is alive with everything because these three pieces are trapped. You know I hate that stretching move. Fix your cuts, fix your cuts. You're 30Q on OBGS. Same advice. Smego Dragon, the Colossi Purge series on my YouTube channel. Play some games and bring them here. I will be happy to take a look at them. And then if you have questions, feel free to ask. The weaker you are, the better, because that's the more advice that I can offer. It's not a crane's nest if this one Liberty is filled. Should you play against bots or people first? Play against the beginner bots until you can score the game. So on the play page, play computer, and then probably see if you can beat the Amy bots or whatever. Once you can beat these three bots, which shouldn't take you too long, maybe not Amy bot. But once you can like beat these, or at least play them and get to the end of the game and know how to score the game. Once you know how to score the game, I think you can play humans. Right? I think all you really need from the bots is learning how to score the game. That's the only really tricky part. And a lot of people will make it more complicated than it is. It's like math professors trying to teach you the most optimal formula, and you're like, I just want to know what 2 + 2 is. That's all I want to know is how do I calculate 2 + 2? And they're like, well, if you have this imaginary number with I, and then no. I teach Go for a living. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's important to try to play a few games between each review to try to apply what you have learned, but I don't think you're too low level. You're fine. I've reviewed games for someone who just knew the rules. I've taught people the rules of the game, had them play a game, and reviewed it for them. Like, I have taught all levels, except for pros. I have not taught pros. I have not taught a professional player. I have taken a lead against a professional player and felt really good about myself, but then they proceeded to destroy me after that. But yeah, no, I teach Go for a living. I got you. I got you. Watch the Classy Approach series. So the Classy Approach series starts you on a 9x9. So learn how to score the game, and then check out the Classy Approach series. The Classy Approach series, I spent a year recording, and we started out on the 9x9, the small board. And what we said is we're going to learn 2 things on the 9x9, 2 or 3 things on the 13x13, and then the competitive size is the 19x19. But I wouldn't recommend you just jump to that, because then you're going to just be overwhelmed with things to do. But the Classy Approach series, I did record for your level specifically. So once you know how to score the game, check out the Classy Approach series. And if you play a game and you're like, hey, I didn't understand what happened, then just give me a link to that game and I can go over it as well. I doubt, as far as I know, I have not taught a pro, someone who became a pro. I have taught people who have become stronger than me. I have taught people who have become, like, several people who have become Dom players. Awesome, yeah, just let me know. And if you have any more questions, happy to answer them. But I have not heard that I have taught someone how to become a pro. Now it's a crane's nest. I don't know what you're doing, but you're dying everywhere. There's a lot of wasted moves right here, I think, but okay. This is big, but this is definitely advantageous for black. That's because your 4 stones got surrounded and trapped. Black, no need to do that. Just go here, here, and then maybe peep. Yeah, maybe just build this entire center. Up for 40 hours. What did you do? Like fly overseas or something? My record was like 36 hours. White, if you want to cut, I want to say, I want to say push and cut, but I could be wrong. I think I might be wrong. What I don't like is that black just pushes through you here. This is unacceptable. This is not a playable result. Why not just connect? Yeah, everyone's getting cut right here, and I don't like it. Everyone's getting disconnected, and I don't like it. Da 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 da. There we go. We're connecting everything. White, you were reading this. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. $50? No way. I cannot do that. 24 hours is already like really hard. That's a cutting point. Connect your cutting points. That's more cutting points. I think you can just go here. That's what you want to do, but I guess maybe you're trying to kill it. Killing might be possible here. I think you're right. I think you read this quite well. No! No! Connect! You're worried about this. That is definitely something to be worried about. You should win this, though. You should win this capture race. Oops. Oops. No, you just killed yourself. This killed, this almost kills you. Just connect. Just connect. Just connect. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. You got a net at something. Yeah, just but you just oh dear. For the beginners, all of these pieces are going to die. In other words, black is surrounding them are gonna get removed from the board. All these white pieces are gonna get removed from the board because white made a mistake. That is what we're ODering. It's a lot of pieces to get removed from the board. What are we doing right now? Just cut. Cut. Connect. This is so silly. Like no one cares about this giant thing. Why? Why does no one care about the giant thing up here? It's like a 30-point difference. Don't let your opponent do stuff. No, don't be nice to your opponent. That's not a good way to play. Gotta be teaching them lessons. Black died again. What is happening? The game got very random very quickly. I don't know what you two are doing, but I think you stopped having a plan and just started clicking things. Like, I think you stopped reading and just started clicking on the board. Yeah, you gotta still read and do stuff. Oh my gosh, the quality has dropped so much. The quality between the start of the game and now is drastically different. Mm. I think you missed something. Okay, yeah, you figured it out. Oh no! Oh, the pain, the blitz pain. Playing too fast without thinking. Yeah, once the top right died, you just started playing like super fast and didn't think. You have to think in a thinking game. It's unfortunately part of the what makes your moves good or bad is you have to actually put thought into them. You can't just click on the board. Yeah, the quality kind of took a nosedive after this died. Um, I encourage you to do disconnect, maybe? Do level 3? What do these look like? Maybe these are too easy. But I feel like you're missing a lot of simple disconnects. Maybe these are not too easy. Yeah, do some disconnect problems. Level 3, level 4. I think that could help you a little bit. Because that's like the secret to attack and defense is connecting and disconnecting. I get this one wrong all the time. I don't know why, but it's like a blind spot for me. Anyway, that is my recommendation. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Do you have the link to the game? Copy paste the URL. Whatever, if you have the game open, the URL is the link to the game.
Review started.
Okay. Okay, very nice. Good, you didn't get captured right there, so that's perfect. You actually can catch your opponent right here. The key is to notice these disconnect points. So one of the first shapes you'll learn is this sort of diagonal shape where there's a black stone. So when it bends around like this is a bend, or also known as a hane. The hane or bend, where it bends around the triangle, is famous for having a cutting point right here, or a disconnect point. Okay, so I can disconnect it right here. The disconnect points that are on the second line from the edge are very dangerous. So sometimes, not every time, but sometimes you want to look at these disconnect points because you can sometimes trap a stone against the edge. So you cut off 2 from or you cut off A from B, and then you can attack B and trap it against the edge. Pushing things to the edge is the way to trap them. But that is a idea. Okay, here you can trap these 3 pieces with E2. These 3 pieces, just you push them to the edge and trap them against the edge. So pushing things to the edge and trapping them against the edge is going to be one of your first attack tactics. Okay. This would be a little bit better since we're cutting A from B, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. Good, you captured them. Okay, good. Your opponent has missed a second line cut again. So you've got this Hane shape again, where the disconnect point is on the second line. Oh, you're white. Fudge. Same tips apply. Let me restart. Okay. When one piece touches one piece, the best thing to do is to stretch. Because if you do anything else, notice how the A piece has 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. Do you know what a liberty is? I'm going with the assumption that you do for now until you tell me otherwise. But the A stone has 4 liberties, or 4 lifelines. And when they get touched, they have 3. Ooh, I have a secret for teaching this that some people love, some people hate. Smega Dragon. Yeah, just go there. Let's just do capture. I have a way to make this make sense for average people. What you do to make this make sense is you turn them into squares. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn these into squares. And I'm gonna make the background spacey. Okay, you notice how there's only one edge left that is not blocked? There's only one edge of the square that is not blocked. So if I play there, I capture the piece. That is a liberty. That is its last liberty. These 3 pieces are connected, but they do not connect to these 5 pieces because the corners don't connect. You have to connect through the edges of the squares, not the corners of the squares. So if you connect through the edges of the squares, then you can see these 3 are connected, but these 5 are not. These 3 only have one surface edge that is not blocked. Right? Same with these. They are all connected, but they're not blocked. These 2 don't connect diagonally. Yeah, it makes so much more sense with squares. I don't know who invented this game or what possessed them to use circles, but squares is so much better. It makes so much more sense. But yeah, if you see the edges of the squares, there's only one spot left that is blocking them. That is its last liberty or last lifeline. Yeah. There's a lot of pieces right here, so this might take you a second. But it's identifying which pieces only have one edge left. So this one at top only has one edge left. But so do these 5 in the center. Only has one face left, one edge left. The tricky thing is all of your pieces only have one edge left as well. So what you got to do is you got to capture the one that is attacking all of yours. Yeah, I think circle pieces are more elegant and prettier. But if I was inventing a board game, I would use squares. Yeah, if you want to do this, let me give you the campaign. The campaign is free. Whereas that one, I think that one limits you to 5 problems because that's one very customizable. here's a link to the campaign. We just go to Goblin Camp and we learn the capture roll. And then we go to capture and we learn the capture roll. Now to make them squares, you just click on this little settings icon. Click your first piece, first stone. You can make it a circle, you can make it a smiley face, you can make it cats. Cats. You can pick what board you want. Maybe you want smiling something another. Here we go, cats on cats on cats. And then click the little color if you want black lines. Click submit. Now you got cats on cats on cats. And then when you're ready to actually make them circles, when you have fun with this and you're ready to like, okay, let me let me actually make this legitimate, then we go back to the circles. Once you're done having fun with all that crap, let me go back to the circles. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm getting at here is that there's 3 edges of this circle piece now instead of 4. Because one of them has been blocked, you want to stretch to gain more rather than jumping, because here you still only have 3 edges. But this is the case for one touches one. One piece touches one piece. You want to gain liberties or lifelines or edges. All right, you want to gain more of those. So the reason this is so dangerous is let's put a black piece right here. Notice how black is connected through everything. But you have 1, 2, 3 groups and black has 1 group. There's pros and cons to having multiple groups, but typically you don't want so many right off the bat because you've made 3 groups in 3 moves. So what I would do is I would just start connecting my groups. So I would like, first I would start here, start connecting this. Now I only have 2 groups instead of 3. When I get the chance, I want to try to stretch with this one to gain more liberties. And then I would try to start connecting my pieces. Notice how when I do this, I'm also trying to surround this bit of territory. So I'm trying to connect my pieces while surrounding points. It's kind of the idea. But the way that starts is 1 stone touches 1 stone, you want to stretch. Right. It's definitely a balance because you want efficiency as well, but it's very delicate balance. That's why we learned some shapes right off the bat. So notice how these 3, black pushed you down to the edge. That is why you got trapped, because black pushed you down to the edge. Here is very nice because here you connected these pieces. I think that's very nice. This one is by its lonesome. Since this piece still needs friends, I would still want to stretch that piece first before I made another group. I want my groups to be strong before I go make another one. So here, this would be a perfect chance to start connecting your pieces. Now it's only 1 on the right. Versus if black plays right here, it's 2. This is a cutting point or a disconnect point. So you want to fix that so your opponent doesn't disconnect you. What you do here, this is actually known as a tiger's mouth. It's kind of a fancy way of fixing. The tiger's mouth fixes because if I try to cut you right here, I will just eat you. I'll just bite your hand off. So it also fixes. Direct connections are usually better than the fancier one, but this is a fancy way to fix. Because you just bite the stone that tries to cut you. That's probably good enough for 1 game. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. I already might have given too much information, but I don't expect you to remember everything. If you can just remember 1 or 2 things from what I've said, that's good enough. And then you just play more games, get another review, play more games, get another review, and just keep going. And as long as you're learning something, I think I think it's fun to just keep learning a new thing, and hopefully that makes sense. And then just every time you have questions, come back and ask your question. I'm happy to answer. You've got the capture roll down pretty well. Usually people struggle to get the capture roll down that well. Yeah, the capture roll seems like you're a natural at the capture roll at the least. At the very least. I think it's going to be the disconnect thing next. Yeah, nice job. While we're in between reviews, this is a sponsored stream, so I would like to go ahead and give a shout out to the US Go Congress. They are sponsoring today's stream to do open reviews. Go Congress is the largest Go event in the North America and in Europe, and more specifically, the North American one is the sponsor of today's stream. So we're going to watch a video that'll tell us about this year's Go Congress in July. And be sure to check it out if you're interested in going. It is the largest. Oh, that's anime. That's solo leveling. Solo leveling's so good, guys. I love solo leveling. It's really good anime.
This is the US Go Congress, the largest and most comprehensive Go event in North America. Every year, nearly 500 amateur players of all skill levels gather to compete in the thrilling US Open tournament. At the same time, the prestigious Masters Tournament hosts dozens of professionals and top amateur players from around the globe. There's something for players of all levels. 9x9 and 13x13 small board challenges. Blitz,
I think one of my favorite things is the little drawing that Bear has.
Even the madness of Crazy Go. Prizes and recognition await the winners at the closing awards dinner. But the true highlight is the welcoming and vibrant community. Reconnect with old Go friends and make new ones from across the world.
Do you guys hear
attend inspiring lectures by seasoned professionals?
A 9-Dan pro from Korea just moved to Canada.
Test your skills against your favorite pros
in order to teach North America. One of the top players in the world moved to come teach us.
City.
Very cool.
The 41st annual event is heading to Austin, Texas.
I'm sure he'll be at Congress this year too now.
One of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. Celebrated for its unique food scene and
it's super cool.
Live music.
I think it's super cool.
In your free time, explore the surrounding area's many attractions for some unforgettable sightseeing memories.
I forget his name. I've read it like 6 or 7 times, and I never remember his name. I'll look it up in a second.
This one is going to be big.
Yep, Austin, Texas. July 12th through the 20th. My wife and I plan to be there. It's the 41st Go Congress. Happens once a year. More than 500 people usually attend. Biggest Go event in the country. What is their name? Da 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 da. Oh, come on. Why did not... I just got this email. I have not read Ragnarok. There you go. I just emailed them. Let's see. I believe it's Walter Grover, but that's not his Asian name, obviously. I can't find his name. I'm sorry. I can't find it. Lee Donghoon. Cool. Yeah, you can't blitz. Blitz is not healthy. Blitz is to work on your instincts, not your reading. Yeah, I think he was in the top 50 players of the world, right? Overgo.net. At least he was. Wow, Park Jung-won's down to 7. Crazy. Park Jung-won was number 1, I think, at some point. Korea. Can't find him. Maybe he's not in there anymore? I don't know. I can't find him. Yeah, definitely a balance. Definitely a balance. Yeah, I lost to Park Jong-won. I feel you. I also would lose to Park Jong-won. Yeah, very strong player anyway. Myeongwon Kim said he's much stronger than he is. All right, so we're reviewing for Black.
Review started.
Okay, so far perfect. Punish. Or go here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure, you can look. You might have to give me the ID because I think YouTube blocks links. So I might need the ID to the game rather than the full link. Surround, 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 surround. Oh, that was too nice. You got a lot of profit though. That was too nice. So if you go to AI, you said AI Sensei? Yeah, AI Sensei. This big ID at the end of the URL. That is what I need. Looks like there's 2 IDs at the end of it. I don't know. It says /game/ blah, 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 blah. If you can upload it to OGS, you can just give me the ID. So on Online Go, go to Tools, SGF Library, upload it, click on your upload, and it'll go to the top of this list right here. And then you can send me the ID in that URL. Here maybe? Okay, you're just like doing much better. Tachinobi, very good, very good. Don't care. No, don't let them fight a cove for no reason. Just go here. Make your big position. Look at all of this. All of this is your strength. This is too direct. That's a lot of cutting points. Stretch. This has a lot of cutting points. Very nice, very nice. Less nice. Save the cutting stone. Save the cutting stone. Save your cutting stones. Yeah, this doesn't work. That's because, yeah. It looks like you figured it out. This is too territorial. You have a very high position right here. You want influence. You want influence right here. You don't just want territory. So the big key here is right here, you lost your cutting stones. Yeah. Don't lose your cutting stones for no reason. Not good. So that's the big blunder there. And then right here, you want to build this, not just this. Big circle, not small square. Or a small rectangle. Pincer, your base, their base, very big move. Your A stones do not have a foundation, so B becomes your foundation. C is now pincered. So this is kind of a double basic move. Yeah, notice how the B area is now C's, the group C's, versus your A area has no foundation anymore. Very large difference. Just connect. You're gonna be in a world of hurt if you get cut there. That's a stupid move. Yeah, you're gonna be in a world of hurt if this cuts. Yeah, awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Fancy but unnecessary. You have a lot of wasted moves. Right here and right here, you have a lot of wasted moves. Also, this one and this one, like, they're not doing very much. You gotta think, you gotta get a bigger picture in your head. I think, honestly, you probably need to play more teaching games with stronger players. I think your strategy in your mind is too limited at the moment. Also, you're not reading things through. So I think right now you need to, like, get exposure to higher level moves, a higher level play. So maybe, like, do a teaching game with, like, a Dawn player once every, like, 10 games. How many games are you playing? 24. Double the amount of games you're playing. Double the amount of games you're playing, and then every 10 games, or maybe once a week or twice a week, play a Dawn player. I think it'll help you out. Right now, you need a creativity. This is good. Your reading here is good. I kind of want to get this move in because, again, it's my foundation. It's my base. But this is also big. Okay. If you were white, the shapes you would think about is probably the dog's face, right? This sort of triangle. So that's white's basic shape. So that's probably going to be where you take away their shape. The diagonal connection. I'm assuming you made this, right? Which is different in contrast to the Hane. This is a diagonal. This is a Hane, or a bend. This one is not cuttable. because A and B are known as what's called MII, which means if they play A, I play B. If they play B, I play A. So no matter which one they play, I will still be connected. Very strong, solid, connected shape. This is good when you need to go up and right at the same time. You can go diagonal. It's connected and good at the same time. If you wanted to go up faster, you could play one space jump, where you jump over one line. If you want to go right faster, you could do jump over one line. And if you want to do both, you play diagonal. This is known as hangma in Korean, which is movement. How you move around the board. The shapes is your movement around the board. So this is what shape means, is your movement and how connected you are. Cutting, can it be cut? Can it not be cut? How many lines is it moving and which direction is it moving in? So it's your movement. Yeah, so it depends, because you want efficiency, but you also want, yeah, hangma is kind of like the flow of the stones or your movement, your shape efficiency. Because it's a balance of, can I go faster and handle any cutting points? If not, it's better to go slower. If I can, it's better to go faster. And that's where the tactics come in. So it's a balance of efficiency and strength. Okay. You can, it's fine. As long as it's surrounded, it's good. Yeah, looks good, looks good. This cut is scarier, technically. Also, maybe you want this move, because that's where a tiger's mouth would be. Yeah, when your opponent is taking away your liberties, you need to be a little bit more connected. Okay. What the heck is this move? What is this, a misclick? Is this a misclick? What is this move? I'm so confused. I will tell you, you missed the basic shape, though. It is a ladder. It is a ladder. One of your basic tactics, but it's not obvious that it's a basic tactic, but it is there. It does, in fact, exist. Just a matter of you noticing that the tactic is there. Oh, did I just blunder? Am I stupid? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize for my stream reading. I apologize for my stream reading. I apologize to the class for my stream reading skill level. Oops. Okay, let me redo this. Yeah. I think the key was here. This is probably the key. This is what got you killed. Maybe here. Then they take, and you take. They live, and then you break in. Or maybe break in like this. I don't know. I'm trying to fix a bad situation, but probably the mistake was like, don't get in the situation in the first place. How did... At least you didn't die. You didn't die. That's all that matters. Ah, crap. If they go right here, you're okay because of the net. But you have to have 3 liberties to net. If they take this liberty, this net no longer exists. You have to have 3 liberties to connect, or to net. This is overplay. You're just gonna die. Fix your cutting point. Fix your cutting point. Your entire group's gonna die if you don't fix that cutting point. Stop trying to overplay. This was never yours to begin with. Wait, why'd you resign? This is not resign worthy. You played in an area that was never yours to begin with and then resigned when you died. Don't stress about the graph too much. There's a lot of ins and outs with the graph. For example, the graph assumes that your follow-ups will be as good as the AI, which is like the strongest player in the world. It assumes your follow-ups are going to be as good as the strongest player in the world, and then that's what the score would be if the strongest player in the world took over. Right? So that's not 100% accurate. There's also bonus points that the bots are not going to take into account. Yeah. White technically gets bonus points of 6.5 points for going second because black has an advantage. It is not important until you get to the bigger size boards. Once you get to the upper size boards, then we can start worrying about bonus points. But at the 5x5, just take black and try to win. Right? Because right now you're learning how to score the game. You don't need to worry about playing the perfect score or anything like that. Just learn how to score the game before you worry about any sort of ins and outs of this graph. But yeah, the graph is kind of like, it's you know the pirate code in Pirates of the Caribbean, how it's more like guidelines? It's kind of like a guideline. It's kind of correct, but it's not 100% correct. It's a nice little guideline to see when it goes spikes up or spikes down, but no, parlay is not the pirate code. It's part of the pirate code. Parlay is yeah, it's part of the pirate. It's one of the pirate code things, but it is not the pirate code. Pirate code is the whole book. The big book. It's more like guidelines. Arg. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at this. Hopefully you found this helpful. Did the person on YouTube ever get a link to their game? Luke, did you ever get a link to your game? I don't know if Luke is still here. I know YouTube lags like 30 seconds behind. I don't know how to fix it though. Yeah. My recommendation is going to be nets and ladders. So let's do nets, because I know that definitely was one you missed. I did not receive the AI Sensei text, so YouTube probably blocked it. Can you do it? Send me again? Yeah, drill your nets. Drill your nets. Drill your nuts. Drill your nuts. Very, very important. Know your basic nets. It's how you capture the cutting stones. Nets and ladders are how you capture the stones that are disconnecting you. It is so vitally important. Like, how do I capture the pieces that are killing me? Send me a link, and tell me the move number. Okay, turn that off. So you are white. Open corners first, very good. Extensions, very good. Block, very good. Approach, very good. This one is cuttable. Now I'm cutting this white stone off from this white stone. So instead, what you want is a slide. This is how you go under a fourth line stone. And when they block, you can jump back like this. And now you've made this right side position. On your profile, click your username and go to your profile. Click your username and then click your username, I believe. And there will be a graph, and underneath the graph is the list of your games. Okay, so they didn't cut you, so that's nice. Connect. Don't get cut. Don't get cut. You have 2 cutting points if they push. Oh, they did push. Now you're in trouble. Scroll down further than that, maybe. Oh, I guess maybe it doesn't let you. I don't know. It should be. You should be able to see it, but finish your game first and then give me the link. Yeah, these 2 stones are in trouble, so you need to run away. 1 space jump and try to get to your friends on the bottom. Your corner's fine, but now these 2 stones are in a lot of trouble. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. I think you have to go here. Because if you do this one, they can cut you. There's no way out once they cut you. Oh, they didn't cut you. This is a fantastic connection shape. This is known as the bamboo joint because bamboo is strong. When you have 2 stones and 2 stones like this is a bamboo joint because there's 2 ways to connect. Okay. 1 stone touches 1 stone. You want to stretch. Connect your cut. Very good. Okay, now these 2 stones need to be saved. Very good. You're trying to connect under. That's perfect. Very nice. Perfect play there. Yeah, perfectly played there. I'm going to assume you're behind in the stream by quite a bit because I've had the link for like a minute or 2 now and you're still sending it to me. Are you caught up on the stream? Because I'm like way ahead. All right, I've had the game. I wonder how laggy it is.
Are you caught up on the stream?
Yeah, it only should be
Because
like 30
I'm,
seconds.
Way ahead.
All right, I've had the game. Yeah, 30 to 40 seconds, but it shouldn't be like minutes behind. Might just need to refresh the page. I am live. What? I'm so, oh, can you even hear me? I don't know if you can even hear me. Third move. Yes. This is known as a knight's move. It goes up one, up two, left one, or down two, right one. This is known as a knight's move, like in chess. Okay. Gotcha. If you want, you can also play a knight's move like this. And this kind of splits the board in half. This is an option for you to try if you want. There's dozens of options, but I think a one space jump is, or a diagonal is fine. Like I said, once you can score the game, you're kind of good to go. Hey, perfect. You played perfectly there. What a perfect game. You could have cut right here to capture that piece. Yeah, and then you're supposed to die on their side of the board, so this is all expected. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It was their side of the board, supposed to die. Okay, now you're supposed to kill them. Yeah, what a perfect game. Yeah, you played perfectly. Yeah, that was basically a perfect game. If you could do that like every single time, then I would say just go to 13 by 13. Or maybe play a human. Maybe play a human. But yeah, that was like a perfect game. I'll let you rewind so I don't have to say everything that I've already said, but I'll continue from here. So yeah, the left side here is perfect. Ah, you did not connect your piece though. Good block. Okay, bamboo would be better, but close, but not quite. Actually, this does work. Oh no. Okay, so this is what's known as a capture race. Black has 1, 2, 3. White has 1, 2. So this, unfortunately, is going to die first. There is a way out, and that is by abusing the cutting points over here. If you go right here, they try to capture you, you capture them first. So they have to fix. And now you can cut right here. And they can't escape. So this would be cut go problems and squeeze go problems. Both of which you can do on sumegodragon.com if you're interested. It's on, yeah. Sumego is go problems in Japanese. So Sumego dragon or go puzzles dragon. Then down here in the categories, it is going to be disconnect and squeeze tactic is going to be what this is. If you want to do that. Nice find on the double Atari. Black should have just killed you right here. Because you're just dead. So this is the second time Black's missed a chance to kill you. And then Black resigned. That makes sense, yeah. So 2 times you could have died. But other than that, I think you played really well. The left side, it was very impressive. So yeah, just more about the cut, where you can be cut and where your opponent can be cut. I think that's the deficits in this game. But other than that, I think he played really well. All right, and I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream for the day. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. One more shout out to Go Congress, the sponsor of today's stream. I was able to teach you guys thanks to them. Be sure to check me out next week. I stream Thursdays and Fridays about the same time every week, and I do open reviews. So if you are going to play for the next week, practice, play some games, and then I hopefully will see you next week. With that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for the follow, Soft.